What's up, guys? Ryan from Pew Deals here, and today we are taking a deep dive into one of my favorite red dot optics. This is the Vortex SPARC AR2. It is a 2 MOA red dot. It is powered by a single AAA battery, and there are some really cool things about this guy that I want to bring to you today, as the market for red dots is crowded and lots of things keep shifting, but in my opinion, this is still a relevant optic in today's market, and I kind of want to explain why, and also some points as to why you may or may not want to go with a red dot over something different. So diving into this guy, let's go into the specs first. It is 2.9 inches long. It weighs 7.5 ounces. It is powered by a single AAA battery, and the battery cover is right here. What's cool about this guy is it's knurled, so it's very easy to get a grip on to tighten and loosen it. However, even if you couldn't, you can actually use one of your turrets up here, the turret cap, to use that as a sort of makeshift screwdriver to loosen that cap and get access to the battery. Your windage and elevation turrets are obviously on the top and on the right side. They are easy to access, and also the turret cap is a tool, so you just pop that guy right down in there, and then you can adjust your windage or elevation to zero the dot as well. It is waterproof, it is shockproof, it has a fully multi-coated lens, and it is also a 2 MOA dot. Let me kick this guy on and show you. And of course, it's going to blow out here because I'm using my iPhone to record it. There are 10 brightness settings, and there are 2 night vision compatible settings for a total of 12 options. And the outside of this, while the side itself is metal, it has this sort of polymer, rubberish silicone housing. And what's cool about this guy is that the caps are included. I have not had any issues with these sort of degrading, even though this pretty much lives in my truck. These still feel soft, and they don't feel like they're going to dry rot and snap off anytime soon, which is a really good thing. They do snap on securely once you get them on there sorry, let me get that correctly. It's hard to do this while I'm actually filming. Once they snap on, they stay secure, and they are just a friction fit. There's no actual lock. They pop off real easy, so if you are in a hurry, you can flip them off really quick. And what's also cool is the way they're designed is that they actually snap together to keep themselves out of your way. So that's a really cool feature as well. There is a little bit of a blue tint to the lens. It's really hard to see it in this view, but it is there. And one thing I would point out with this as well is that it is very easy to see this red sheen from a distance on the lens. So it's not the most covert thing ever, but it serves the purpose. And also about this red dot, if you know anything about ballistics and ARs and the 5.56 round, is that pretty much, I mean, depending on your zero, of course, but if you zero it for 50 yards, they call that the 5200, or if you go with a 36-yard zero, out to about 300 yards, a red dot is fine. You can go from, center hold to essentially a head-high hold and still plant rounds center mass if you need to. And for an optic that is on a defensive weapon or, a truck gun, something like that, you likely would never, ever, ever take a shot to begin with. But if you did, the odds of that being at 300 or over that are pretty much next to none. I would love to see stats on that, but I bet that has probably never happened. But it is there. So if you know the ballistics of the AR and the 5.56 round, it's pretty much out to 300-ish. A dot is totally fine for most people. My personal experience with this dot is that I have had it on multiple different ARs. I've had it on a 16-inch 5.56. I've had it on a 10.5-inch 5.56 that I've ran for a couple years now. This guy altogether probably has, 2,000 to 3,000 rounds through it at least. And also it has lived inside of my truck with, varying temperatures, both hot and cold here in Tennessee, where in the summers, especially inside of a car, it can easily hit 140, 150 degrees. And in the winter, we get occasionally, below zero temperatures. And the cool thing about that is the battery is held really well. This is still the original battery, and I'm sure I've probably left it on, longer than I should have, but it's still trucking. The brightness adjustments are on the back. Just to go over that real quick, they are very simple. It's just an up and down click. They are audible, so once again, this is not meant to be a covert sight that you can manipulate in a quiet manner like, for example, the Vortex Strike Eagle LPVO, where you can just rotate through your brightness settings and there's no audible click. This does make a sound, so if you are hunting with this as well, just know that that is going to happen. It's usually not that big of a deal, but it is a pretty audible click. So would I still buy this, and why would I recommend you buy something different? It is a 2 MOA dot, which is a fine dot, and if you are like me and you have a very strong astigmatism, that dot is not a circle. For me, it can be almost shaped like a kidney bean at times, depending on the lighting situation that I'm in. But like I said, this is a mainly close-up optics, so I'm not using this to try to make very long, distant, precise shots. So with that said, it doesn't really matter for me. If you have a really strong astigmatism or that is a deal breaker for you, then I would suggest going with something like an LPVO or a prism sight, something like that. One other thing to point out with this guy is it does co-witness. It is a lower 1/3 co-witness. So the way that I ran this is I actually did not have a backup rear sight. I only had a backup front sight. And the way that that worked was if I needed to take a shot with my backup sight, if for some reason this were to go down, and I did test it and it does work, flip up that front sight, center that dude inside of there. And once again, you know, we're not trying to shoot competition matches here. We're trying to get rounds on target. And for that, it does the job just fine. So would I still buy it? Absolutely. We've got it linked below. $109 currently from Euro Optic and $139 from Amazon. So of course, Amazon is the king of convenience. So it shows up in a couple days and you can easily return it. But if you know that's something you want, you can save some pennies by buying it from Euro Optic as well. And if you look forward to more content like this, please like and subscribe. We are buying with our own money all kinds of gear. We are testing it out. We're also starting to work with some companies, but as of course we do that, we are doing that honestly. There are no paid reviews. There are no paid influences or opinions as well. So we are trying to build this to be a platform to bring you curated daily deals, as well as build some cool tools like our Recon Super Search, which allows you to directly search the databases of, at this point, almost 30 retailers and be able to look for the exact product you're looking for at the best price. So check out pewdeals.com for stuff like that, and also like and subscribe to get more content. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Talk to you later.